What's up, Mets fans? Welcome back to the channel. But in today's video, we're cutting right to the chase. We have to discuss the current state of this New York Mets roster at the time of that being May 25th of 2021. And if us as Mets fans should be heavily worried or really even panic about this roster with the heavy injuries that they have endured over the past couple weeks to a month. And if they are somehow able to prevail out of this huge slump they're currently in, how are they going to do that? We'll be taking a look at Zack Scott, the current GM for the New York Mets, statements that he made over the past day or so and how they can possibly remedy this situation that is not looking too hot for our Mets. So jumping right into this video today, we know the Mets have been dealing with injuries, but boy oh boy, they have been dealing with a lot of injuries. We're talking an unprecedented amount, the most in the MLB it would seem right now, as there are only 2 players currently in this lineup, on this active roster, that are normally in the lineup on an every given day basis as an everyday player. That includes guys like Francisco Lindor, Dominic Smith, because you can't even say James McCann and Tomas Nido because they normally alternate. So those are the 2 only guys that are normally in your lineup every single day. Everyone else is out with injury. You talk about the outfield, Michael Conforto, my favorite player in the club. He is now, according to Zack Scott over the past day or so, has announced that he's going to be out until the end of June, if not early July, thanks to his hamstring strain. That was far more serious than maybe what we originally thought, even though I felt it was kind of going to be long term. Same thing is now going to be the case with Jeff McNeil, our star second baseman, dealing with a very similar injury. And when you look at other outfielders, however, Kevin Pillar dealing with the facial reconstructive surgery after getting drilled with a fastball to the face against the Braves a couple days ago. He's still going to be out for multiple weeks. Got Albert Almora Jr. that's still not okay from drilling into the wall, trying to make an amazing catch a couple weeks ago. He's still going to be out for a while. Then you got Brandon Nimmo, who's been dealing with the thumb issue in his hand. Now it looks like he's dealing with some aggravated nerves, so he might not be back anytime soon. Still at least a week to 2 away currently. And then when you look at other guys like Joe Vargas, who has been a star in the making, so quick for the Mets, called up from AAA with all their injuries. Outfielder has been beyond serviceable. He is now out on the 10-day IL dealing with injury after sustaining it in last night's game at the time we're recording this. So that's just the outfield. Let's get to the infield now, shall we? We talked about McNeil. Now let's talk about Pete Alonso's on the 10-day IL dealing with a wrist or hand injury that he's been sustained really the past couple weeks, back to the when they were in St. Louis against the Cardinals. Then you got other guys like JD Davis, who looks like he will be back with the team very soon. He's still in a rehab assignment at the time of recording this, but he's been playing on first base more so than even third base, as they want to weigh their options for the Mets with all the injuries they're enduring. And with Pete still out, Luis Gourmet has been out for a while, and he's going to continue to be out for quite a bit still, which is unfortunate. Hopefully he's back soon. And then when you get onto the pitching, we know about Noah Syndergaard. He's making his second rehab start tonight currently at the time of recording this. He'll be back hopefully right around May 31st, if not the first week or 2 of June, when he is eligible to come off the 60-day IL. Same thing can be said with Seth Lugo. He's all on pace to be back when he's available off the IL on May 31st. Then you get other guys like Carlos Carrasco, who they said originally wasn't on a delay, is a delay when it comes to his injuries. This guy won't be back until late June, early July now at the earliest, which is just a joke and a half. It felt like maybe this guy would be with the team to start the season. No, he's delayed. He's pushed back so much. He will not be with us until now, according to Zack Scott, the Mets GM, late June, early July, and who knows exactly if that's going to stay true. Tommy Hunter, a bullpen piece who's been really serviceable, has pitched phenomenal innings for the Mets so far in openers and in just different ways of relief, is now out with injury on the 10-day IL still currently. And then you got Taijuan Walker. He should hopefully be back fairly soon off the 10-day IL, and Jacob deGrom the GOAT is off the IL, pitching tonight at the time of recording this, and we'll see what happens there. But seriously, look at all these injuries, guys. That's your entire lineup, and Zack Scott made it noted in his presser, and guys, I will definitely have it in the link down below if I didn't mention that already for you guys to check out all of his statements. But he has said how they're weighing all their options and how to evaluate this club, and obviously you had to go for some type of outside help at this point. The Cameron Maidmans of the world, who's currently 0 for 19 in the MLB this season, just not going to get the job done for you. And normally a fifth outfielder is one of your starting outfielders. You literally have no other depth there. A guy like Jake Hager, who was with the team originally, they DFA'd him to make room for, I believe, Steven Tarpley or someone along those lines, a different pitcher to bring up with the club to the bullpen. He has been claimed by the Milwaukee Brewers, so there is more depth gone there for the Mets over the past 24 to 48 hours. So they need help tremendously, and they need to make trades, and that's why we discussed on the channel 5 possible players the Mets could target, and you will probably see another video just like that coming very soon, because there's no other way to look about this, guys. I don't know how, but they still are first in the division now by just a game or so. We'll see how long that lasts, but with all the injuries that they have endured, only a game over 500, you have to wonder how long are they going to allow this to go on, because they can't let the month of June get away from them. June is normally a massive month. It's normally a lot of times a make or break month for the Mets as they get into the summer. They're normally a second half team, so once they reach the trade deadline and beyond, they're normally rolling, but in June they have had their struggles. So this year it looks like more of the same unless they're able to address a lot of these needs. So Zack Scott has made noted that we are normally a team that would not address these kind of things until the deadline, but we're in a unique situation now because we need help on this roster right away. There's no doubting that. We don't just need hitters, we don't just need guys in the field, we literally need some pitching depth too. They need everything right now, and they have absolutely none of it from depth within the organization, not nearly enough, and the bench mob can only take them so long, as I've been saying, guys, and that is finally starting to come more and more to fruition as of late. Unfortunately, these guys just can't handle the workload on every given day, and when you have guys like Francisco Lindor, Dominic Smith, who should be stepping up for you, and they're still continuing to slump and not put the team on their back nearly enough, and don't get me wrong, I know it's a tall task, but these guys are crucial parts of the organization for a reason. They need to help out more. Until we see that happen, the Mets are really screwed. They're in a tough bind right now. So Zack Scott, he's working the phones every single day as he stayed in his presser. They need to get stuff done, and they need to get it done fast. This is not a year for the Mets where they can wait all the way up until the trade deadline and hope that things will be better by then, because they might be in such a hole by having a depleted month in June with all their injuries that's simply too big of a hole to dig out of. Think of the Mets in the previous past couple years, whether it's 3 or 4 plus years ago now, where they had a really poor first half of the season, did not have a strong June at all, but then they stepped up big in July and August, but ultimately they were still a couple games behind because of how much the month of June hurt them. So June's going to be crucial for the Mets, and they just need to stay afloat around 500. Above 500 will be great, but they are not going to get there if they stay with the current roster that they have at the moment. So guys, let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about this situation? Do you think it's a panic situation for the Mets? Personally, I don't, as long as they act fast and act accordingly with getting actual MLB veterans in this lineup, even younger guys too, that they know can help them both short-term and or long-term, because as you see, a lot of these guys are going to be out of the lineup for upwards of 2 months still, and that's ridiculous. That's way too much. A month and a half, Army, that's way too long of a time for the Mets to not act fast, and they need to jump on now. They need to do it sooner than later, and trust me, I'll be discussing all their trade options going further in another video real soon. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think is best for the Mets right now? Do you think it's trades? Do you think it's waiting it out? And are you feeling like it's definitely a panic / worry time? Let me know as always. And guys, if you ended up enjoying this kind of Mets content and want to see more great Mets content like this, please make sure to smash that like and subscribe on. Share this video with your friends. Put on the notification bell. All those great things. Thank you all so much for the countless support, guys. It really does mean a lot, no matter which platform you're watching me on, because I'm on not just YouTube now, I'm on Newsbreak, so check me out there if you haven't already. Would really mean a lot, guys, where I will have some more exclusive Mets content with some shorter videos there all throughout each and every week. So stay tuned for that, guys. But thank you all so much again for the support, and I'll talk to you soon. Let's go Mets, baby.